Okay, we're having a little technical difficulties with the camera. But you guys, welcome to your favorite recovery podcast, Get in the Herd, here at the McShin Foundation. My name is Monique. I'll be hosting this today. And I've got two really awesome guests with us today. I've got Big Daddy Dan, Danny.
What's up?
Okay, and she is one of our participants, lives in one of our housing, lives in my house, shout out, gang, gang.
Gang gang.
And then we've got Tatyana here. She is one of our interns from
Hey.
VCU.
Okay.
So we'll get into that real quick. How's everyone feeling today?
Good. Bomb.
Bomb,
Yes.
amazing.
Magnificent.
Everyone looks amazing.
Yes.
I feel like this is so fitting, you guys. We've got three beautiful black queens
Yes.
hosting today on the podcast.
Come through.
The week before Juneteenth.
Okay.
Okay. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
All right. Well, we have a couple interesting topics that we want to talk about today. First off, we're going to start with Danny.
Okay.
So Danny's been with us for like ever, it feels like. And she's finally, got her wings and she's about to move to Texas. So Danny, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I want to say that I have my 365 days, but you said that is incorrect. So point taken. But yes, I have went on ahead and made my preparations to depart from my second home here at McShin, and I'm gonna go to the big Texas. Everything big, so the recovery should be too, because I'm big on that.
Big Daddy Dan.
Big Daddy Dan taking on Texas. What is a better fit than that? So I'm really excited. That's coming up in this upcoming July 2nd, just in time for 4th of July.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be lit. It's going to be so exciting. I can't wait to see what the recovery looks like down in Texas, too.
Yeah.
They need it.
For real. I mean, the recovery community here in Richmond is like so big.
Yeah. I feel like it won't be matched. Like, I don't feel like, can it even be matched to Richmond? Like,
I don't know.
We'll see.
It's I always feel like, okay, what does Richmond have? But Richmond has a recovery community. That's one thing we do have, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So what part of Texas are you moving to?
Killeen. It's about 45 minutes from Austin. So,
okay.
an hour or two away from Houston. So I'll have a nice little travel to get down to the cities, but I'll settle in the suburban military area for the time.
Okay, just be careful. I like read really crazy things about.
Don't say it. Don't say that.
I'm gonna say it.
Don't say that.
I'm gonna say it. Don't say it. About guys that like kidnap and kill people off of Fort Hood, and I looked it up. I looked at Colleen, and it's very close to Fort Hood. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It really was just an incident on Fort Hood where a woman was getting like harassed. But unfortunately, these things happen in the military every day, and they, they're trying to handle it, get it managed, but it's unfortunate. But I got my sister back. My sister got my back. My Sergeant Walker ain't playing. Shout out to Sergeant Walker out there.
Shout out Sergeant Walker. Okay. Well, I'm excited for you. You guys, Danny is like a very big heart in my household. And
my babies.
I know we've had some history, man. Like all the way back from the beginning through COVID.
Yes, I survived.
She survived COVID.
Okay.
Which ended up being kind of awesome because that was a blessing. We were able to flip a house into a women's house, which we really needed at the time. And now we have another women's house. So yeah. It's crazy.
That's crazy. When I first got here, we were pressing it. We was like, why is there so many men's houses?
I know.
Where all the women houses? And dang, sure enough, patience.
It pays off.
It does.
Sometimes.
We'll keep pressing them.
Keep doing it. Keep pushing. And Tatyana, bust down, Tatyana.
Hi.
Hey, I want to see you bust down. Okay, so from VCU, right?
Yes.
So what made you want to kind of do your internship here at McShin?
I have a couple family members that abuse and use drugs. Starting off with my mother's mom, she was addicted to crack and cocaine due to her boyfriend, which she then contracted HIV and AIDS and passed away. Which then led to her son, which is my uncle. We're super close. His choice of drug is alcohol. So I'm always his savior and person that he runs to whenever he feels like, he's going to get in trouble. He makes sure he calls me no matter what time it is in the morning, day or night. if he calls me and I answer, normally I'm the one that goes, picks him up, and saves him from doing something crazy.
Okay. I feel like the stigma of like addiction and alcoholism, we don't really address it that much in the Black community. Like we kind of
Sweep it
push
under
it
the
to the
rug.
side.
I
We're
think
like, don't
that
worry about
and
it.
mental health is a
Yeah.
big thing in Black communities. We don't really address that. Normally, I feel like if you tell your parents or like, your guardian that like you're going through something, it's more so like, it's okay, brush it off. Like, we're
Mhm.
strong Black because everybody already has that stigma like, oh, Black people are so strong, they can endure a
Mhm.
lot of pain. And really, sometimes we're the ones that are actually like really hurting and going through the most. But we always make sure to keep a smile and encourage everybody else in our
Right.
circle. So I feel
We
like
really do.
we are pretty strong.
I
We're
think the generational curse of like in Black families of substance abuse disorders is crazy. Like firsthand experience. Like it's more so a secret, and
Hmm.
because of the volatile manner that they acted in their growing up, they end up separating contacts. So we don't know the extreme, genetic history between our addiction.
Hmm.
And then when the kids are doing it, they're like, oh, she'll be okay. She just need to grow out of it. She young and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
really, you suffering from an actual passed down disease.
Yeah.
And because no one talked about it, you didn't think you had a problem for 8+ years. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And then when it come down to it, you realize that no one else is going to admit their disease, but you have to take accountability for yours. So I learned that later from like, they're not going to tell me I'm sick and they're
Hmm.
not going to admit they're sick, but I can know that this is clearly a problem. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
like that. And the more we talk about it, I feel like we're going to get like people like Mr. Moses, his family
Yeah.
got clean together.
Yeah, that's
That
beautiful.
it happens. It
Yeah.
happens and it can continue to happen, I think. And the more we push it into our communities, they're going to see like this isn't just something we're going to accept. We're going to get help.
Exactly. And it's like we always as a community, what any type of trauma, like problems, we're just told to kind of like we keep it in the family. We don't talk about it. We keep it in
Mhm.
this house. We
Hmm.
pray about it. And it's just like sometimes we need help.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying I'm not a spiritual person. Of course I believe in the power of prayer. But it's just we have to take that leap and like you said, take accountability for
Mhm.
ourselves. And once we start doing that and we kind of lift each other up, I feel like that stigma will eventually wash away,
Yeah.
you
And
know?
I feel like also like with what you were saying, like when you tell your parents like, oh, I have an addiction, it's kind of like because they had one, they like feel ashamed that now you have one, so they kind of like brush it off like, oh, you're not addicted, or like, oh, it's just, it's just a set period, she's gonna stop, or stuff like that, because they feel ashamed that like, even though like they're, the abuse that they've put on you,
Mm.
you've, instead of going to them and saying like, okay, this is how I feel, you've turned to something that made you feel okay to
Mhm.
use because that's what made you feel okay in the moment, and it like numbed the pain that you felt from like your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people don't want to hear this, but some parents will just chuck it up to you're being a liar, like you're
Hmm.
you're over exaggerating. Like
Mm.
I went to get therapy before I realized I suffered from substance abuse disorder,
Hmm.
and I told them what my therapist had said and things like that, and they were like they didn't believe me. Like they were like she cursed out my therapist and
Hmm.
everything, and it was like I am literally doing everything I possibly
Mm.
know how
Hmm.
to get help, and now that one isn't even
An
enough. You know
option.
what I mean? And that's scary because you're like, well, if my mother is saying that I'm not sick and I
Hmm.
don't
Then
have a
I
problem,
can't be
I
sick.
gotta be okay with what I'm
Hmm.
doing then.
Yeah.
You just don't want me to do it in
Hmm.
front of you. That's crazy.
And it's like, I mean, I know for me, it's like growing up a PK and like in the church, it's almost kind of like you feel ashamed and you don't want your parents to be embarrassed
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, oh, what is the congregation going to say?
Yeah, then
Yeah.
like
Or
for
what
also
is,
you,
you
you
know?
already have a stigma on your back because you're
Right.
a pastor's child, so they're like, oh, there's nothing wrong, she can't do nothing wrong, but like you're human. Like after your
Right.
dad steps off the pew or like the altar, he's just a man, so like he still has to deal with his problems at home. Like
Yeah.
he's a
Hmm.
pastor by like Sundays and whenever he's in the church, but like he still has to deal with everything that goes on outside of his church.
Right. I mean, it's just, it's hard, you guys. And
It
I
is.
feel like, one of the major things that my goal was when I started working here at McShin and had the opportunity to try to make some type of difference was like I wanted more diversity, right? Like I wanted to see more people that look like me. So it's like it's already pretty isolating feeling like, being in active addiction
Mhm.
and like trying to identify, and then you find this huge recovery community, and sometimes you don't find a bunch of people that look like you.
Mhm.
So then it's like sometimes it gets lonely within this place that's supposed to be warm and comforting. And I feel like, we've really have grown a lot in the past, 15 months that I've been here.
Yeah.
I've seen so much growth, and I've seen so much understanding that I didn't see before at first.
Mhm.
And, a lot like I love Moses was one of those people I looked up to. It's
Mhm.
like you're doing this. Like you have your foot in the door, and you're one of the reasons why
Mhm.
people like me and people like Walt and people have a chance to have a seat at the table. Because
Mhm.
before we weren't even in the room,
Yep.
let alone at the table. So it's pretty exciting.
I feel like when it comes to minorities, like when you are openly like open about your addiction, it's hard for people to say like I want help because being a minority, like you don't normally ask for help, or in your
Hmm.
head you're like your ego won't let you put aside and say like I need help, I'm struggling. Like I know like to this day, like I'm only 22, but like I hate asking for help. Like I'd rather try to fix it on my own than to say like, "Oh, I need help." But when I ask for help, it's like, "Oh, it wasn't that hard to like ask for
Right.
help." But like before you're like, "I can't do it." Like I'm not going to ask for help. And I feel like it's okay to ask for help because there's like, it helps you in the end and like makes you feel better that like you asked for help because you could have went out here and did something opposite or stupid
And then
and
it's like,
got
wow, I have
yeah,
support.
yeah,
People care about me.
yeah. So I
Yes,
feel
we care
like
about you.
that's a thing too.
So Tatiana, now that you're here
Hmm.
at McShin doing your internship, what has been like your perception, because you're not in recovery, right?
Mm-mm, no.
No. Okay. So like what's been your perception of seeing kind of like the everyday ins and outs of people, in recovery and trying to reach recovery goals? Like is it
Um,
different than what you thought, or
no, I think it's like, well, because I'm in the med room, so I'm not always like on the forefront. Like
Mhm.
I still get to see people, but I think like I just did a journal for class, and I was talking about how like everybody here is like super close knit, and like it's like a family environment. Like I can go like I come Monday through Wednesday, so every day that I'm here, like I can count on two hands how many times I hear somebody say I love you, or like it's a
Mm,
family. Like y'all are like
that's
super
true.
close,
That's
and
so
with
true.
going through an active addiction, I think if you don't have the support within your family or like your friends, and you go to a support group and you have that support, I feel like it makes people more comfortable to like, oh, like I did this or I'm abusing this drug and stuff like that.
Yeah, I will say we definitely, and a lot of what I think why we love to say I love you is like, and when people are in active addiction, you never know if someone relapses, you don't know if they're gonna make it back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Especially in Richmond because people are dying left and right every day,
all the
like all the time,
time.
whether it's using drugs or violence. Like life is too short, and like a lot of people now is like I want to be on the right track because like they see life is too short. Like you could literally be 2 seconds from losing your life because you
Yeah,
didn't chose the wrong drugs, and a lot of people are lacing drugs with like strong
fentanyl
fentanyl and
and
stuff,
yeah.
and it's like you literally only have to take a little bit of fentanyl to just
And
end
that
your
is
life.
why we say carry Narcan. Seriously, Narcan saves lives. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Hmm.
mean that you're planning on having to use it, but
And you don't
that's
have to be a user to carry Narcan either.
exactly. You do not have to be a user to carry Narcan around. It can save somebody's life.
For sure.
Everyone's life is worth saving.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned. So we've got like, a couple cool things coming up, you guys. Oh, hold on. Let's see the comments. Hey, Margaret. Oh, Darian. Oh my God. I wonder how everything is going on with him. And Dixie. Dixie, yes. That is for
Hey, girl.
sure
Hey.
family.
I love
Yes. That's my girl. Oh, my dad. Hey, Dad. Monique
her.
Soulshine, you guys know. Okay, shout out you guys. Thanks for watching. But we've got a couple of exciting things coming up. So this Saturday on the 18th, we have a huge Pride Festival going on. We're partnered with VAR and like a bunch of other RCOs in the community. Um, War Foundation, Starfish. So, if you are in the Richmond area and you feel like coming out and supporting, it's going to be here at Hatcher Memorial Baptist, 2300 Dumbarton Road from 12 to 4. So come on out. And that being said, we're also going to be selling tickets on Saturday too. We have a Richmond Kickers game fundraiser. It's August 27th. It's a Saturday. It's against United Omaha United, one of those two. But $5 of every ticket sale goes directly to McShin. So what that means is like the more tickets we sell, the more funds we'll have to, do some really awesome things for our humans, for our participants here.
That's good.
Because as much as recovery is work, it can also be fun.
Indeed.
So yeah. We'll be posting that on our Facebook soon. So yeah. And then, of course, Father's Day, shout out my dad, all the dads out there.
Hey.
I feel kind of bad, Father's Day I feel like always gets the short end of the stick.
Very much.
My father feels special on every Father's Day. I do what I gotta do. Juneteenth ain't getting in the way of my daddy.
With your dad, my parents my family will be out of town. Okay. But it's like, I feel like it's so funny because we always like Mother's Day, which I love my mom too. It's like, we always do the biggest, the most. It's the working in the restaurant industry. That was the biggest, busiest weekend ever. And then, you got Father's Day and it's like, hey dad, can you go grill your own food?
I can't.
For all of us. Like, can we do that real quick?
Isn't that your present? Just going to grill? I thought that was the ritual, you know what I mean? The tradition.
Yeah, and then this year it's like it's on Juneteenth. It's like
your dad said we're treated like stepchildren.
I mean, like the redheaded stepchild. I'm sorry, Dad. But this year it's on Juneteenth, so it's like,
does Juneteenth always take
it's always Juneteenth is always 19th of June, but this year happens to be Father's Day happens to be on the 19th.
Okay,
so it's not gonna always.
Okay.
Just
this year, this is the first year that it's a federal paid holiday.
I thought last year was the first
year. The second year.
Yeah,
sorry.
second year.
Yeah.
Second year. And so it's Melanie told me it's Sunday and they're giving you Monday.
Oh wow.
Because it's on a Sunday this year.
Oh.
So, it's pretty cool, and I'm just like, and I'm black girl.
And Juneteenth is making a splash.
And I'm black girl. Yeah, exactly. So who has the cookout? Where are we going? Who's got the glizzies on deck? If you don't know, a glizzy is a hot dog.
I'm sure Barbie will at Clover. Let's see what happens.
Barbie, can you cook us all something for Juneteenth?
Use that backyard. I like it.
Right. So I don't know, you guys. Summer is like in full effect. Yeah. If you guys do not know, if you are not from Richmond,
almost 100 degrees.
It is like 96 degrees. 80% humidity. We're out here dying.
Thunderstorms every 10 a.m.
Oh my God. My hair just gets bigger by the minute. It's just, there's no point in doing anything cute. Your face is going to melt off. Unless you're Big Daddy Danny.
Unless you're Big Daddy Danny.
You come in looking on
I get you beat for the heat, okay? Hashtag.
That was good. That was good. But, it's one of those seasons where it's full-blown summer now. It's hard to stay connected sometimes. Mm-hmm. Our meeting attendance sometimes get a little lax. But that's where, other pathways really come into play. Like this month, we have our Wellness Wednesday on the 29th. It's in like 2 weeks. And it's going to be our first Wellness Wednesday that we're opening up to the public. So we're going to be doing it out at Bryan Park. We're going to have like a big picnic shelter. So, of course, we'll have waters on deck, waters and snacks. And we're going to have some yoga. My friend Courtney's going to come and volunteer her time. We've been friends since high school, and we've lost, countless friends, to addiction. So I'm glad she's coming and offering her time and her hard work. Sweet. We'll have sound healing. Doug Levy from the Phoenix, he always comes by every month. We're excited for that. And you guys, Got Matt G. He's gonna come and bring you know what? I'm reading the comments. I can't. Okay. He's gonna come and bring disc golfs. We're gonna like all the people that aren't into yoga. We got you
Disc
with the
golf.
wellness. We got you with the wellness. We got some physical activity. And Dixie asks, what do we do for our recovery today? Well, Dixie, I mean, working in this field, you kind of forget that people ask that all the time. I still hit my meetings. I still hit my home group, my Wednesday night meeting, the bridge. But today I haven't done a gratitude list today. Usually I try to, but I did say my morning affirmations. Morning affirmations are really big. My mom and I usually read them out loud together. Danny, what have you done for your recovery today?
I researched my upcoming new meetings
Oh
for
yes.
Texas. I ain't going there without a meeting list now, so I'm working on that. I'm making sure I get that together. At
I'm
least.
so proud.
Thanks, Dixie, for putting me on the spot. You know what
That
I'm
was
saying?
good.
I like that question.
Yeah, that was a good one. So but honestly though, working here does you get so wrapped up in other people's recoveries that sometimes you feel like you might lack, or I mean, I don't know. I'm very, my boundaries, I'm not gonna miss my home group on Mondays.
Yeah.
I'm not missing my Wednesday night group. I mean, unless something crazy happens. But I those two things are for me very important.
Thanks to you and Dixie, that was like a no brain. Like, no, one thing you're gonna do, you're gonna get these meeting sheets. You're going to 3 meetings a week. So believing that's what it's about. If you're not doing that, like,
what are you doing?
What
baby?
are you doing? That was the bare minimum.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like we don't just abstinence is not recovery.
Yeah,
we all know that
facts.
because we've seen it time and time again. Like people that just don't do anything.
Yeah,
those be the people that eventually fall off, and it's sad. But even if you just have to do one thing, like one dedicated thing a week, like you have to try to do something. Like
it's actually really fun. Like when you actually do the program and stuff like that, and you get in a network, like going to a meeting like with Belinda. How could you not have fun with Belinda? Like, and she goes all
Belinda.
around RVA and anywhere else she can find a meeting.
Shout out Belinda.
I mean, like when you find people like her and like you, and you just go out and you kind of just like be willing. That willingness concept, is really vital, I feel like. And I think that's what helped me like be more open, because you could easily be like, I don't feel like doing nothing today. But that willingness to be like, let me see what meeting this person go to, because I don't even drive. So like I feel like have that willingness, because if you don't, you could easily be like, okay, nah, I'm not doing this week.
Now. But even like just hanging out with like you don't have to connect with everybody. I feel like it's impossible to be friends with everybody.
Everybody.
That's fake. Like there's no way you like everybody. There's just no way that everybody likes me. I don't know how. I mean, come on now. But I feel like it's important to connect with at least like one or two people that you're close with that live with you, or like around the area. Just like for me, like when we went to the pool, like Danny, you came to the pool with me. It's important to me to always have someone that's like-minded with me when I might be going out and being social, and like it could be things that are triggering, but thankfully, like when you have good people around that are also in recovery, like it's like a breeze. It goes by just like, wow.
And I like that, like even when like I go home to visit my family, I have like my best friend Adam. Shout out to Adam. Hey y'all, he told me to do that. Anyway, shout out to Adam. But like he would have drove if things got hectic. I have a sober friend who would have came to Maryland, to be there with me, even if I'm around family. That'd be like those be the places.
Family,
accountability. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and for real, to be honest with you, sometimes family can be triggering. I mean, even if it's not like your immediate family, even if it's like extended family, I'm still not at the point where like I'm gonna go to like family reunions and stuff. Like I'm not there yet. And it's like, do I think like I would slip up? I might not slip up,
but you have
with
those
a physical,
that will tempt you.
Yeah, like with a physical relapse, but I might mentally relapse. I might mentally relapse. My behaviors might get a little off. Like all the work that I've done to try to like work with my anger and like deal with all these things and learn how to be healthy in my expressions of emotions, that'll go right out the window. Right out the window. I mean, and I feel it So it's just like, I'm just not going to do that, even though it's my family.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Being loyal can, to a fault. That's to a fault.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, you know, what are your big plans for the summer, Tatyana?
Finish my hours here. I'm currently looking for another intern for the fall for 240 hours.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
just schoolwork and chill. Stay cool because it is hot. It's very hot.
Yes, it's so hot.
I don't know, maybe King's Dominion. It's down the
Okay.
street.
Call me.
You can intern at
No,
King's
to
Dominion?
like go for the summer.
Oh, I was like,
no.
I said you can
No.
intern at KD by riding
I'm
rides
an
because
amusement
I would go.
intern.
No.
I will dare.
I mean, I probably don't. I mean, doubt it. There may be some interns at King's Dominion, but not
Engineering.
for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
not for me.
Yeah, King's Dominion does sound really. I haven't been to King's Dominion in years.
I really wanted to go for my birthday, but it rained like crazy.
The rain will do it.
The rain will do it. It was like, nah, you're staying in the area.
Your birthday was like 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday. 2 days ago.
It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
It was a Sunday. Yeah,
It was
it's
a Sunday.
like
It was a Sunday.
it was
Why
a
would you do it
Sunday.
like
I'm
that?
sorry. No, because I couldn't remember. It was a Sunday. That's
So
all I knew.
nothing too exciting for your birthday.
I stayed clean.
That's good.
Okay.
Exciting.
On my birthday. Come on now.
I like that.
My mama and me were just talking about it, and we were just like, this is that time of year.
Right.
For the past few years that this would be like, Danni gone. She gone somewhere.
She gone.
Check the hospital, check the morgue, check the jail. You know what time it is. You know, them Geminis. But no. This year, I took a nap even.
Ooh, a nap sounds nice though.
That was the best thing ever.
Naps are so important to my schedule now. 5:30 to 6:30.
I know. You
Y'all
take your nap serious.
Every day. Like, no, it's crazy. Like yesterday for my home group, Laura went with me and we were leaving at 6:30. My alarm went off at 6:29. I woke up and immediately was like, I'm ready. She's like, you don't need to like wake up more. I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I got this. But you guys, we're gonna take a quick break and we will be back with a little more spice.
Here at McShin, we believe in the McShin way, which is authentic recovery support service providers, people with lived experience, bringing that experience to those who need that lived experience in recovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in many things to support our mission. We believe in women empowerment.
What I love most about what we believe here at McShin is we believe in the authenticity of the peer-to-peer approach.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in giving people opportunity.
Here at McShin, we believe in the inherent worth and dignity of every person.
At the McShin Foundation, we believe in helping people reach their full potential.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in multiple pathways to recovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in placing principles before personalities to help spread hope.
Here at McShin, we believe that recovery is possible and that any person seeking recovery can become a more acceptable, responsible, and productive member of society.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in self-discovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in saving lives and offering second chances.
Here at McShin, we believe you can do this.
Here at McShin Foundation, we believe that we can only keep what we have by giving away, which is why we continue to help others like us seek and find recovery.
All right, you guys. Sorry, I had a little bit of PTSD, you guys. Like that commercial just then used to play on repeats constantly when I was doing the front desk. We'd have a TV, and I just remember Jesse would always be like, "Why isn't there a video playing?" It was just that 2.5 minute video, and I felt like I would just dream about that song, you know. So but what we're gonna talk about for these last few minutes is like, Art, he asked a really good question. He asked me what the deal was with the hashtag normalized sobriety thing that I like to use. And like hashtag boost free babe, shout out. But what I was trying to explain is that, it's so crazy because when people, like, let's say, like, someone gets clean or like doesn't use anymore, people don't tend to like ask like, why don't you do that anymore? Right? But like when we're in social situations and like settings and out, maybe even like nice dinners, and someone offers you a drink and you say you don't drink, it's always like, well, why don't you drink? Well, why? Why? Okay, well, like, first of all, can you stop? Like, can you just accept my answer? Or do I have to give you my entire sob story as to why alcohol was ruining my life? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of weird because I feel like we've normalized being drunk so much, or being tipsy, or using that like alcohol as a substance to like start conversations and kind of like get loose, that like we genuinely don't have the connection skills that we used to have, like that we have, like,
I feel like we've also normalized alcoholism essentially. Like
Yeah,
I
for
hear
sure.
everyone be like, "I'm an alcoholic," like that, like,
Like
and it's like a joke, and it's like
it's really not.
it's really not. And if
No.
you think you're an alcoholic now and you want to continue this way, wait till you really alcoholic
For
status.
real.
Okay, yeah, I don't like that.
And it's crazy. My dad and I were watching this video on Instagram, and it was another podcast. It was these guys that DJ at like clubs and stuff. And they're sober now. And
Mhm.
they were talking about how they felt like sometimes it affected their professional career,
Mhm.
like relationship building, because they started to ask themselves, why am I drinking
Mm-hmm.
while you're working? Like, it's not making you work better. It's not really helping your socializing skills. You're just getting drunk. So it's like, why am I drinking?
Yeah.
Because you feel weird if you don't. It's like, do you feel weird because you don't have something in your hand? Or like, do you really not like these people that you're surrounded by, and
Mhm.
you feel like you need alcohol to
Lighten
talk to
up the
them?
party. Yeah.
Like, oh, I hate these people. Like, like maybe I won't hate them as much if I'm drunk. So, I just want it to be more normalized for people to just not drink. Like, and if I don't drink, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
And if it's a problem, then like that sounds like your personal problem, and you're not going to project that onto me. And also, like, I probably don't need you in my life if you really got to question it that much.
I think hashtag normalized sobriety is important because that'll help our community. I mean, my Black community of brothers and sisters, because like we think it's okay to continue to drink till we black out, or like that's a good night. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like if we realize it's okay, nobody's gonna treat you weird if you say, okay, I think I have a problem. You know what I mean? It's okay, but it's like such a like huge thing. Like you gotta have a Hennessy bottle if you in the culture. I mean, like if the girls
You
ain't
gotta do
popping
the Henny.
Patron,
Right.
you know
We
what
used
I
to call
mean?
that Patrinacy.
Patrinacy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's a dangerous combo.
It's a danger. It's like that's a part of your accessories. So if you say
Right.
that you don't need that, like
that's true. You got your lashes, you got your hoops, you got your lip gloss, and you got your bottle of Casamigos.
yeah. At
That's
the
crazy.
hookah lounge, like what are you
At
going
the
to
hookah
do?
lounge, I do love hookah.
I do love hookah.
Yeah.
You know.
Sorry,
But yeah,
Dad.
I remember I went to a hookah lounge and it was $5 Hennessy night. That's a different story. But just know, just know. That's why we need normalized sobriety, okay?
Right. Look, there used to be this hookah lounge in Richmond called Sahara's, and I feel like everyone that went to high school in the Richmond surrounding areas all went there because like only one person needed an ID.
Oh.
And like it was just sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
sorry. I used to sneak out all the time. I was terrible.
Oh no, Dad.
you know, but that's okay. That's neither here nor
At
there.
least
but
my
I do
parents
love
aren't
hooping.
watching. I snuck out quite often.
You know, look at that. It was zero people watching right now.
Awesome.
It's fine. We're fine.
Somebody put mad faces 5 times. That's nice.
Did we get 5 mad faces?
Yeah.
No, it was only 1. Those are just reactions.
Were they mad at us?
They were angry.
With us?
With someone.
I don't know what it is actually.
Oh my God, Teresa. Teresa.
Hush.
I'm sorry, Teresa. You know.
I'm sorry,
Anyways.
Teresa.
Sorry, you guys. We're cutting up over here. You know, I knew this was gonna be a fun one. Get a little spicy.
You guys want to talk about healthy boundaries?
Yes.
Oh, okay, sure. God.
Yes.
Heavy.
I'll start this off.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you this. Since I got sober and really came to my senses about some things that I was doing while I was in active addiction, I realized that like now I mean, Miss Brenda, I love Miss Brenda. Shout out to Miss Brenda. Taught me, like, when I first got here, what about those boundaries? When it comes to my mom, because I blamed her for my drinking. When it comes to my peers, because I said they never accepted me. You know what I mean? What boundaries am I going to set now so that I never have to feel that way again? And now, like, I feel so free, y'all, because... Thanks, Catherine. But now I feel so free because, like, I don't have to, like, sit in someone's face that, like, I'm there because I need to feel something from them.
Some type of void.
Yeah, like I don't have to do that, and I feel so much more self-love. Like, and when honesty tells, like, that self-love part, like at first I was like, what that feel like, bruh? But now I know, like, it really feels way more, I feel value. You know what I mean? To myself now. And I'm not clouding that with the substance. So like now I'm like very careful who I give me to, like, or who I spend time with.
Valuable.
I'm valuable.
Your time is valuable. Your energy is valuable. Yeah. You know, like that's, I mean, and you know, and Danny, you've seen firsthand, like with my boundaries, you know, with my friend that had relapsed and like would keep appearing, right? And like at first it's like you keep pouring and pouring and like you want to help so bad, but at what point do you stop and you say, like, I'm not responsible for your recovery. Yeah. I'm responsible for my recovery. And, you know, the constant breaking of those boundaries, like, you know, it just shows like that person, if that person doesn't respect your boundaries, then they don't respect you, right? And if they don't respect you, they can't value your friendship. Yeah. And what was that one post that we saw the other day? It's like, it said, you don't have to understand my boundaries to respect them. You know?
Very true.
Or I don't have to give you a reason why. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I want to pull that up. That was such good stuff.
It was good. Do you have any like boundaries that you use, like do you ever feel like with your dad, you know, I know you said you're kind of his like saving.
My uncle.
Oh, your uncle.
It's
sorry.
Okay.
Your uncle, like you're kind of like his saving grace. Do you ever have to put boundaries up?
I would say yes. Sometimes it gets tiring, like, because like it's at the point where like a lot of my families like have completely washed their hands with him because he says, oh, I'm gonna get sober, I'm gonna try. And like he'll go to a program, stay for a little bit, and then he'll leave because he just is like homesick, which is understandable. Everybody gets homesick. But like for him, I feel when it comes to him, I sometimes have to pull back and like gather my thoughts because I'm like, okay, I don't want to be the one to be like, I'm completely done with you because like literally I'm all he has left. So like when I feel that, I kind of just, you know, pull back and be like, I need my space. Like, if I don't see you for a couple of days, like, if you don't hear from me.
Not a couple of days.
Like, just a couple of days. Like, just a couple. I just need a couple of days to, like, for a breather because, like for somebody that doesn't use drugs or, you know, have a choice, like, I feel like that becomes a heavy burden on somebody, even with people in active addiction. Like you said, your friend relapsed. That became a heavy burden on you because you were always constantly pouring in, like, you know, trying to motivate them or, you know, them to get on the right track. And that becomes a burden because it's like, now I'm responsible for them and responsible for myself.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, a heavy weight. And with me being in college and I'm 2.5 hours away from home and I can't always get to him. So it's like, who's going to get there? So like, you got to get your stuff together because I'm not going to keep driving home to come rescue you every time. I can call you on the phone and talk to you, but I can't come get you every time.
You know what, my dad, he had a really good quote like a couple weeks ago. He said, "Your lack of planning should not be my emergency."
That is very good.
You know, like we're in an active addiction. We don't really think things through.
Nah.
Brenda, we don't always play the tape through.
No.
You know, and it's just like we're so impulsive and we do all these things. We don't plan it out, and then all of a sudden I'm stranded with no money and I'm 2,000 miles away from home, and
I've totaled my car.
I totaled my car, and and I just got out of jail. I was put in a drunk tank, and I called Tatyana up, and I'm like, Tatyana, you gotta come save me, please.
Yeah. So I feel like even like personal boundaries, like I feel like those are hard because like if you have a big heart, like it's always like yes, 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 and then when it's time for you, it's like where's everybody
That's
at?
so
Like,
selfish.
yeah.
Why can't
So then
you
when you
just
start saying no to everybody, they're like, oh, you're being so ignorant, you're being so rude. But it's like no, like it's okay to say no. I mean, you can feel bad to say no, but at the end of the day, like if it's your peace, then it's okay to say no.
No is a whole sentence.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
No.
I found the quote. It was I found the quote. You don't need to understand why in order to respect my boundaries.
Exactly. Can I get a snap with that?
Very true. I think that's a good quote.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really good. And it's like just like somebody doesn't need to understand. They might not understand, like, okay, Tatyana, like I'm a senior in college and undergrad. I'm doing all this and I'm working and I'm interning and I'm trying to contemplate my future and I'm doing this and I need to focus on me right now.
Yeah.
They don't even need to understand all of that.
No, because going to college full time, working full time, because I was like before I started at intern here, I used to work at the post office. So I was working like 50 hours plus a week with a full education. So like people like depending on me was super hard because I'm either in the books or I'm at work or sleep because I was working 12 hours.
Yeah.
And still going to school. So I feel like, that was kind of hard, but that.
But you did it.
Yeah.
I did.
You
and I have one more
did it.
semester left, so
there we go. My strong
I'm ready to
black
be finished.
queen.
Yes.
I love
I have
it.
a friend that's coming to VCU to finish her year. Her name's Kenya. If you run into her, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, I love her.
I think VCU is literally the
It's
biggest school in the state.
Somebody's gonna meet.
It's very diverse.
Yeah. She's like,
very
can you? This one girl, her name is Kenya.
One girl.
Okay? I don't know what she looks like. I don't know what she has on
studies.
today. I don't know what she studies.
I just know she's finishing
but her name is
strong
Kenya.
this year with you.
Okay, shout out Kenya.
Yeah.
We wish you the best. Well, it has been really awesome. Thanks for talking.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
us, ladies.
Thanks.
Next time we need to do it like this, like an ASMR.
We're gonna get into some good chats.
Yes.
I like that little. Yeah, there you go.
So thank you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.